Brits eat 382 million portions of fish and chips every year. That is 6 servings for every person in the country. They spend $1.5 billion annually to this single meal. To meet that demand, they peel 1.9 million tons of potatoes. That is the same weight as 14,000 blue whales. It even outsells Indian takeout 2-1. But this national treasure is actually built on a lie. How did a meal made by foreign refugees become the soul of Britain? During World War II, this dish was so vital for morale that the government never rationed it. It was the only food kept off the restricted list to prevent a public revolt. On D-Day, paratroopers used the meal as a secret code. If you yelled fish, and the person in the dark did not yell chips, you opened fire immediately. A record-breaking serving once weighed 121 pounds. And it is not just greasy junk food either. One portion provides half of your daily vitamins. If this is the ultimate British icon, why is the original recipe actually from 15th century Portugal? The fish part of the story begins with Portuguese Jewish refugees. Fleeing religious oppression in the 1500s, they brought a specialty called pescado frito. They floured and fried fish in oil on Fridays. This preserved the meal so they could eat it cold on the Shabbat without having to light a fire. The chips arrived later with French and Belgian immigrants. Legend says that when the rivers froze and people could not catch real fish, they sliced potatoes into small fish shapes and fried those instead. In 1860, these two immigrant worlds finally collided. A 13-year-old boy named Joseph Mallon in London and a businessman named John Lees in Lancashire both claimed they were the first to sell them as a pair. It became the cheap fuel of the Industrial Revolution. By the 1930s, there were 35,000 shops across the nation. Even Charles Dickens was obsessed. He wrote about fried fish warehouses in Oliver Twist and described husky potato chips in A Tale of Two Cities. But then the business got violent. Between 1958 and 1976, Britain and Iceland fought 3 actual naval wars. These were not about territory or oil. They were fought over cod. Tiny Icelandic gunboats faced off against the massive British Royal Navy. The Icelanders used secret underwater warp cutters to slice the expensive nets off British boats. They even rammed British warships head-on in the freezing North Atlantic. Surprisingly, Britain lost every single time. Iceland won by using nuclear blackmail. They threatened to leave NATO and kick the Americans out of their base. If they left, the Soviet Union would have gained a massive gap for submarines during the Cold War. Britain had to surrender the cod to keep the alliance together. That defeat gutted the British fishing industry. Great ports like Grimsby and Hull collapsed and have never recovered. For over a century, the meal was served in yesterday's newspaper. That tradition ended in the 1980s because people feared lead poisoning from the ink. Even with all that drama, the ritual survived. Today, 80% of people in Britain visit the chip shop every year. But the local shops are vanishing because of the rising costs of the fish. In the 1950s, a portion cost only 13 cents. Today, that same meal averages over $12. The heavy price of those old naval wars and modern inflation is finally catching up to the dinner plate. Follow the story, not just the recipe. More dishes are waiting.